Hi guys and welcome back. So I tested the 8 iPad Airs, the A1474s, the ones that were operational. I did record it, but it ends up being like a 45-minute video going through AI. So I decided to just do a simple one because it's a simple check of if you've got an operational iPad, and this will work for 99% of iPads, if they turn on and they function. These are the tests that you can run through if you're looking at selling it, so you can give an honest description. So let's get into it. Okay, so here we have our iPad 1474. Now, like I said, I tested 8 of them, operational ones, and this is just a basic check that we can go through when we're wanting to go through and sell it. So we want to make sure that everything works, the touch screen, the volumes, the cameras, the keyboard, all that. And so this is a quick and easy way. So we click English, our country, we wait, it's just setting the language now. We set up manually, leave it down on the table. My my Wi-Fi. And you are going to have to put in a Wi-Fi password. Try again. Just so that you can get it to the point of testing everything. Passcode options, we don't want to put a passcode in it. Confirm. Now we don't want to transfer any data or apps. Obviously if you're setting up a iPad you would be doing this. Set up in settings later. Don't use Apple ID. Important terms and conditions, agree. And then express settings will go continue. Continue. Set up later in settings. iPad analytics, don't share. Remember, this is just for testing the iPad itself. And we continue. Let's get started. So we're here, obviously all the apps are wanting to download. First of all, we can go into settings. And we can go into the about. And this will bring up if there's any organization that has used the device and it's still locked to their system, or it would come up with, we've got sign into your iPad here. If it was asking for a password, well then there's a good chance that it's activation locked. But that's all good, that's all clear. Name, iPad, software version 12.5.8. That's what this one supports, doesn't go any further. iPad Air, model number, serial number, 64 gig capacity, available is 58.6. So that works out good. While we're here, we test the home button. Obviously works. We want to open notes, but it's waiting to download. So if we hit that, it'll prioritize it and start loading it. Give it a moment. Obviously, if you're already signed into your iPad, you can you won't be trying to download apps and all that. You can just run through the tests that I'm doing, and then I'll show you how you can wipe it. Ready for sale. So we're going to notes, and this is where I want to test the screen. So go continue. We don't want to turn on our iCloud. We want to open up a new note. Then we can get the little pencil and we can do the old squiggles. Make sure that we got a constant line, no erratic behavior. And that shows us that the touch screen or the digitizer is actually operational. I would be happy with that. So now we want to check the keyboard. We can go push every button. Emojis. Okay. And then this is where we're going to actually test the mic, because it has got dictation. So we can push the mic, enable dictation. We just enable dictation. It picked up dictation. It's picking up what I'm saying. So the microphone obviously works. Now we'll go back to keyboard, space, finish off our button selections, hide the keyboard. Done. So we don't need to save this because we're going to wipe the iPad anyway. So we go home screen, done. Now we want to test the camera. So we open up the camera, and camera wants to use location while using the app. You can allow that. It's on the back camera. If we turn it around, you're going to see my DJI there. And no, we don't want to do panoramic. My bad, sorry. Square photo. Let's turn that around again. And there we go. What we want to do is go in closely, see if it zooms in, focuses, yes. Turn the camera around. Now you see my messy table. But if we go down close, self zoom's working, come far away, zoom's working. So we can say that the camera's working. Back to the home screen. Next one, we want to test sound. So we're not logged into anything here. We don't have music on it or anything. So we can just open up Safari. And in the search bar, just type sound. Go. Let it find that. It may take a little while because it's obviously still trying to download apps in the background. And it went to SoundCloud. We don't want it to go to SoundCloud. We just want sound. Excuse me. Now we can just push on videos. And we can just play the very first video that comes up. That's from Facebook, that's from YouTube. Let's just pick the first YouTube one. And this is where we can test the volume buttons, the mute. Little upload. It's going to ask you to tap to unmute. And we have sound. Turn it up.
Cover your eyes for a moment and just listen.
And turn it down.
What do you hear? I hear my chemistry.
And it goes into mute. So the volume buttons work. And while you're doing that, you can feel how positive they are. If they feel a bit flat, a bit worn, but these ones are, these are good. So we can stop that. Next one, we have a lock slide on these on iPads, which puts them into a mute function. We just want to make sure that they work. And this one appears to not change the state at all, which could be a setting because it feels nice and positive. something to probably investigate a little bit further. But how often do we use these as iPad owners? Not very. So besides that, that's about all the checks that you can do, is check the digitizer is working by using notes, check the sound working. Another thing that we can check is Bluetooth. So we can go into Bluetooth is on. I have this little Bluetooth speaker here. We can power on. Now it's hunting for a device. And does it find this? Yes, it does. Connected. Now we can go back to that video. We double click the home screen, test that, open up the video, and it's paused. Here we go.
Like a piano or a ukulele, we call it a note.
And that's coming through this.
And some words are kind of like the sounds themselves.
So Bluetooth works, volume buttons work. It has a little icon up there saying that it's connected to earphones, which is this. Date and time works. Yeah, it's in pretty good condition. We've got the size of it, 64 gig. Earlier on I did plug it into the coconut battery, that if you want to test the battery status of an iPad, they don't actually give it to you in the iPad itself. So you can download a third-party app, and I have that on a MacBook Neo, and I did plug this one in earlier, and surprisingly enough, it gives you all this information. So it gives you the model number, iPad 4-1, serial number of the iPad itself. The manufacturer's date was 18th of November 2013. It gives you the serial number of the battery, the manufacturer's date of that, which was the 11th of November 2013. It gives you the cycle count, which is pretty high, 774, but the health is 91%. So with that, at 91%, it's still going to have relatively really good battery life. Now these are only 12.5.8 iOS, so they're not going to be driving heavy apps. Obviously YouTube, it's a really good basic starter app for maybe a child's device, someone that just wants to load a lot of music on and play music through it, or not really a gaming device or anything, but it is what it is. So I bought this one and another 7. This is the only black one, and this is the only 64 gigabyte one. The others are 32 and they're all white, but I bought the stack of 8 at $35 each delivered. So we're going to go through, clean these up, give the screen a clean, clean up the back, see how it's in really good condition as it is, but see how much cleaning we can get it, and list it, sell it for for a profit, and chuck a lightning cable in with it too, so people can get it home and charge it. So it's sitting at 25% battery, and it's sat there since I've turned it on. So we haven't done a lot, but we've opened up notes, we've opened up YouTube, it's downloaded all the apps in the background, all ready to go for the new owner. But from here, because I want to sell it, and we've checked everything, I'll just turn that Bluetooth speaker off. Now we want to get it to the point where we want to hand it over to the new owner. So we open up settings, we go to general, and we scroll right down to reset and erase all content in settings. Once we erase that, it's back to the hello screen where we started for that new owner. Erase, and then it'll come back and it'll just tell you, are you sure you want to continue? All media data and settings will be erased. This cannot be undone. I'm not going to do that right now because I'm going to get ready to give it a clean up and make sure that it looks presentable. But then you'd click erase and it'll reboot and it'll come back to the language screen. So I hope that was an informative video. We've got a lot more to go. The other 8 all basically came up the same, good condition, everything worked. Just the battery health was roughly averaging around about 80%. There's one there down to 60%, so that'll have to be sold with the charger, or I may look at changing the battery depending on the economic side of it. But moving forward, we've got those broken ones that we need to look at. I've had some HP Elites turn up today, so yeah, she's busy. So anyway, until next time, thank you. Give it a thumbs up, like and subscribe if you would like to follow and see if AI can build us a tech repair business with no experience. Thanks for watching.